Hello everyone, my name is Jeffrey Blight. Here you are, and here we are for the explanation of our 2020 plans for the Rfpw Fed this year. It's going to be an interesting year, and that's why we're going to take you through some of the most key features which can also be found on rfpwefed.weebly.com. Link will be in the description. That will be your key frame for everything related to Rfpw and the Rfpw Fed world. And our main currency, the Fantiers, of course, returning this year to help you get the utmost of adventures, and they can be earned in various measures, and we'll take you through them one by one. Questions and suggestions can always be sent via separate DM on Twitter at rfpwefed. So let your voice be heard and make sure that your adventure is lived out to the max. So how can you earn these Fantiers, which will help you? You can just win them by winning matches. As our matches are simulated AI versus AI outside of the storylines, you will earn money. Should a stipulation or a title win, title defense come into play, you will get additional Fantiers. Should you get disqualified for any given reason, you will lose some. For the viewership, we will then have a full hour count. We'll count that once a month, so every full hour will grant you 100 Fantiers. A show start bonus, not available right now, but we're getting that back soon. Then for your activity, if you vote in the vote, which is relatively easy to do, you gain 5 Fantiers. Do you comment 30 plus characters on YouTube between 5 and 15 based on how many react? The more react, the more Fantiers for everyone. Retweet and liking between 5 and 15. It's a little bit random, but for those who are the most active, usually the top 3 or 5, we'll calculate that for you. Should you wish to donate and cover a little bit of expenses we pay every year, the game, we have the console, we have the subscriptions for our recording and editing software. It all counts up, and any bit that helps you to help us will help you back. Because per euro you donate, or per dollar, whichever currency, you get 250 Fantiers. Should you subscribe on Twitch, 1500. And for those also donating, you will also get, if you take a look at the right column, per donation, the Fantiers per $5 or euros or pounds. Overall of +5 for the next 4 matches, and for a €10 donation, you get a championship match. For those subscribing, you will get, of course, the Twitch emotes, a guaranteed championship match, and 1,500 Fantiers per month. Being asked a question in the Twitch chat live right now. Do we have a Discord channel? Not yet. It might come up if we get our feet running again. And then we'll also add that into your Fantier earnings. How can you actually spend those Fantiers you have earned? You can find that also on the website, how much you've earned, which will be updated usually once 1 or 2 weeks in the bank. That's what we will update that. You can then add a manager. You can add a stipulation to a match if you like it. Request a match, a championship match, an overall plus that is permanent. So let your voice be heard. Increase those overalls, of course, will help you get better. But of course, the Fantier is just the start of a great adventure. Of course, if you have any suggestions of a match type, of a storyline, that can also be done right now, because we've done something else. We have now offering you to fill in your promo via form on the website as well. So if you feel like you want to challenge any specific person, if you want to make sure that you form a tag team or break up a tag team with someone for any reason, if you want to form a romantic storyline with anyone, that can be done. Send in your promos. Promos are now open for Fight Night 169 at the end of the week, so send them in. Doing so also earns you Fantiers. Should you want to do promos, that is a good question. We will add that into our form. If you wish to record some audio form, please do so. Send it in. It will make it much easier for us than just me reading it out. Or if you want to send in a video, more specifically ask in the Twitch chat right now, yes, record it, post it, and we will then edit it into the show. Sure, go ahead, please do so. it will make it much more interesting. So send in your promos really soon. Now we come to the key question of this recording session of what is coming next in 2021. Whoops. There you go. It's a 2021 calendar. And there's going to be some changes this year. Of course, we have all linear storylines with pay-per-views every single month. Of course, starting with Destination Unknown. Now we know 25th of June 2021 on a Saturday. That's the first pay-per-view. We then move on to Crossroads, Summer Games, New Way Home, Nightmare's Decision, Heart on the Line, and Dead End in December. But there is more. As you can see below, we have Wrestling Grand Prix and Premier Leagues. What does that mean? Additionally, they will return in a men's and women's world championship. What do they encapsulate? Good question. We will show you that right now. That should be here. It's not here. I think it isn't. Is this the one? Nope, that is not the one. It doesn't really matter because we'll explain it to you. We have a world championship that will start this season. We're returning it by winning matches, by winning those Wrestling Grand Prix, and by winning the Premier League. You can earn points, and those points will tally up at the end of the year for the World Championship playoffs, and the one winning that will be crowned the 2021 World Champion. So it's a standings based championship next to all our linear championships, which is going to make it much more exciting for you to be there, be active, and be competitive. Now, starting off, you will earn points. How do you earn points? By winning matches, and we will tally them once a month, starting as of July 1st. For winning a singles match, you get 1 point. For winning a match involving multiple men, women, or people, 2. Stipulations 2. Ironman 4. Winning or defending or losing a title, 1 point additionally. Now, also, championship reigns. Our linear championships will also earn your points. Per week, you'll see you get a point, half a point based on the championship, and prize money, which will also be tallied once a month. But in the case of a championship, it can be hard to track because a championship reign can last very, very long. And because of that, we will add the amount of points and the amount of prize money at the end of the reign. So that means if a championship is being kept for 8 weeks, you'll get 8 points, and 8 times 5 equals 40 Fanta Euros. We'll get to the Fanta Euros a little bit later on, but the last way to get your points is by getting to those Wrestling Grand Prix and Premier Leagues. Now, the top 10 performers of the month will compete at a Wrestling Grand Prix event. Now, we're not having one every month, but that means you have to qualify. How do you qualify? It's by being on the order of merit. And the order of merit means simply you earn money, Fanta Euros, and they will be tallied based on what you win and how active you are. The top 8 will automatically qualify for the Wrestling Grand Prix, and the numbers 9 to 12 will then have to be in a qualifying slot to get to the final 2 places. The winner of the Wrestling Grand Prix receives 10 points. The Premier League, that is a different story. Only the top 8 of the order of merit at a given point, we'll stipulate that later bit on, will receive 1,315 Fanta Euros. That will not award any points, but it will give you nice cash flow to upgrade your character. Now, for the weekly order of merit leader, will also get 1 point. The wrestler of the show that it was awarded by the vote will get 1 point. And the longest order of merit reign in the regular season, the one who has the most Fanta Euros at the same amount of time, and we will calculate that week by week, will get 10 points for that final standings. And finally, in the playoffs, the top 8 of the order of merit based on points will qualify for the playoffs and will vie for the World Championship. So, but in hindsight, what was important? These Fantasy Euros. You will get a list. You can find everything on a website for the men's and women's division. We will update that order of merit weekly. And the leader of that order of merit, as I said, will get 1 point and will be awarded qualifying spot for the Wrestling Grand Prix. Now you ask me, when will be the first Wrestling Grand Prix? That will be the Wrestling Grand Prix of the Netherlands in July. And the cutoff for that qualifying will be July 1st when we update the order of merit. Will we then immediately do qualifying session during the normal shows? No, we will keep that separate so that nothing will get confused. So in hindsight, there's a lot to come your way this year. Check out our wiki, which is completely up to date. You can find easily how much you can win in Fantasy Euros, in championship points for the world title, at each Wrestling Grand Prix, how much money is to be earned at the Premier League, and how easily it will be if you get a good start, if you're very active, to get a head start into those playoffs. It's going to be an interesting season, to say the least, in Rfpw FET 2021. So don't only vie for that European Rfpw FET Women's and Tag Team Championships. No, make sure that you get to those Wrestling Grand Prix, because that will allow you to be on more shows, get featured more, and the more active you are, the better your adventure will become. And on that bombshell, it's time to end this short podcast, as we will stay a little bit longer on Twitch to talk about this all and answer any questions. If you have any questions on YouTube, ask them in the comment section. Which will also gain you Fantasy Euros, or ask them via DM on Twitter. And I hope everything's been briefly explained. For in-depth questions again, just ask them. My name is Jeffrey Blight, owner of Rfpw. I wish you a grand adventure this year. Make sure to sign up by sending us a DM. And we will see you soon for Fight Night 169 on the Rfpw network or here on YouTube. Thank you very much for supporting us, and we'll see you soon.